Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Chop Talk. I am your host, Andre C. I am going solo this week because I got to attend this past Friday night on February 24th. I got to attend the awesome Love Pro Wrestling event. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm gonna give big props to Love Wrestling for the picture they let me use and the video that I'm going to be showing on this show because I got some video coming out of this show from an absolutely great wrestling event. Absolutely phenomenal. Love wrestling. Got to shout them out. Big time fan of this company. Big time fan of all the stuff they're putting on. Absolutely phenomenal show. Give a big shout out there. But before we get started, I do want to thank everybody for watching the video. If you are, please like. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And if you're watching on Backbreaker video, please subscribe to Backbreaker video. But also, if you can, go over to Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk and give us a subscribe there, like the video over there. And comment down below. We love reading your comments. We love hearing from all of you. We love hearing about what you thought about the wrestling that we're talking about. We love engaging with all you. So if you want to do that, you can leave a comment down below. And one more big thing, I want to give a shout out to Rogue Energy. QR code bottom. I'm not the one that usually points at this. It's usually Mel pointing at the Rogue Energy QR code. You can scan the QR code or go to rogueenergy.com, promo code OLEPODS, get 10% off your order. Some absolutely phenomenal stuff from them. But please support them because they support us. But getting back to the topic at hand, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to talk about some Love Pro Wrestling, and it is Love Wrestling Streets Ahead from February 24th. Absolutely phenomenal show, great card, absolutely phenomenal talent up and down this card. I absolutely love this company. I have a great time every time I go. I've yet to be disappointed at any Love Wrestling show. We're going to kick it off with what I felt was the main event of the evening because it's probably my favorite wrestler in the world, Michael Richard Blaze, taking on a kid who I said this too much. I look at him like a Michael Richard Blaze, and the fact that he's so young, starting so young in the business. Michael Richard Blaze starting, I'm pretty sure at 15 years old, I want to say, around the 15, 16 years old. Son of Irish starting, he grew up in this business, started reffing when he was like 11 or 12 somewhere, was in the ring by the time he was like 13, 14, 15 somewhere, and he's been wrestling ever since. And this kid is absolutely fantastic, and knowing that this was coming together, I was so excited for this. And it is for the vacant LPW Challenge Championship, which Mitch Clark got injured, I guess, and now he had to vacate the title, couldn't defend here. So we got Michael Richard Blaze taking on Son of Irish. Absolutely phenomenal match. This is very much a match of MRB saying, "Can you beat me? You can't beat me. You're not good enough to." Not that you're going to, you're not ready to beat me, is what it was very much the story of the match. And I found, again, there's no complaint, Michael Richard Blades getting the majority of this match. He was really dominant throughout, just beating this kid up, the slaps, the kicks, the punches, the brain busters, everything. The pile drivers, legitimately, he did it a couple times, like dropping the kid. Like, oh my god, I thought the kid broke his neck a couple times on those pile drivers. Like, geez. But Irish showing up with some insane moves, reversing the brainbuster into a Hurricane Rana, absolutely phenomenal. But Blaze with just some crazy dive over the top crazy dive over the top from Son of Irish to Blaze on the floor, both teasing dives at one point. There was a beautiful, I think, spot of MRB setting him in like a rainmaker, push him forward, and then comes back like a leg lariat rainmaker. Absolutely loved it. Crazy spot where MRB power bombs Son of Irish and then pile drives him right after. And it was just, and then follows it up with a superplex and Irish just barely kicking out. Absolutely crazy. MRB hitting the brainbuster, which has put away so many opponents, and Son of Irish kicking out of that 2.9, like right as like the hand was like this close that he kicks out, just absolutely insane. Um, the super like, Son of Irish dodging a 450 and then hits this massive super kick, and then the super kick to the kneeling MRB. Crazy stuff. MRB going for some kind of fireman's carry off the top, but Son of Irish getting the Rana, and then the shotgun drop kick, hitting the Irish twist. And then the ending comes. I think that blew the roof off of this place. Son of Irish hits a shooting star press and gets the 1-2-3. And this place went absolutely insane. His dad comes out. They're celebrating the ring. He brought in I can't remember. It's Irish's old tag team partner from Monster Pro Wrestling showed up. Chris Parrish was there. His sister, his little brothers. Dude, it's just an awesome feeling. I got the video here thanks to Love Pro Wrestling and Son of Irish himself for supplying me this video shot from upstairs in the venue when I play this, and it's Son of Irish winning the championship. I'm going to play this right here for you. You can absolutely see how proud his dad was in that moment. You hear the crowd going crazy for him. I got to talk to Irish and Blaze both during intermission. I went up to Blaze and said it was an absolutely tremendous match. And I told him he'll always be my number one pro wrestler. It's never is. And just saying, like, I just was so blown away by that match. And then I got to talk to Son of Irish, and the kid, I went up to him, I gave him a hug, and I literally hugged for like 2 minutes straight, just talking to each other into each other's ears, and just talking. I told the kid how proud I was because I've watched this kid grow up in professional wrestling. This young man, I gotta stop saying kid. This young man grow up in professional wrestling. I've watched him since he was a referee at like age of 12, I think. Not exactly sure, but like he debuted a few years back, and I think he was like 14 or 13 when he started actually wrestling in the ring with Monster Pro. And I've watched this kid grow into an absolutely tremendous professional wrestler. I see the parallels with him and Michael Richard Blaze in that they both started young, and he's growing up in this business, becoming so good. If you look at the evolution of Michael Richard Blaze, it's the same thing. Started young and has evolved to be a tremendous professional wrestler, tremendous teacher of professional wrestling now. And I look at this kid. He just turned, I think he's about to turn 19 years old, and he has the world in front of him. He is already so good. This kid is going places. I would love to see him go anywhere at this point. Like, send him to PWG, send him to MLW, send him to the super indies in the States, any of them. I want to see this kid go places. I want to see this kid succeed. I'd love to see him in AEW someday. I'd love to see him in WWE someday. This kid has got so much potential, and he's absolutely tremendous. And both these men put on an absolutely tremendous match that I was super impressed by both of these men in this match. And I like I said, I was hugging the kid, and I told him how proud I was just to watch him grow up in this business. And it was a guy who's thanking me, and it was just so nice to talk to him and know how happy and elated he is to get this recognition of this singles championship, and to putting LPW on his back and going to be this challenge champion for this company and serve it well. I really do believe absolutely phenomenal match from both these men. 5 stars in my books. I got a couple pictures here, like right there, and new LPW Challenge champion. So good. I love this kid. Got a couple more shots from him winning the title, and him with his dad. Again, I've known his father for years and years and years, and I know how proud he is of this kid. And yeah, it just you could see it when he came into that ring. He was so happy to see this kid win this title, and absolutely phenomenal match. So, but I got to give huge props to this match because this is the match I was looking for most on this show, and I was scared that I was going to be so not deflated, but so like over, just like from watching this match that I don't think but the rest of this card absolutely lived up, and we're going to get to the rest of this card. We're going to talk about now about a trios match. We got 7, the team of TJ Cannon, Mars the Specialist, and Mr. Jack Pride. I guess there's 4 of them there if you cut Jack and Pride, taking on Eli Surge, Uncle Daddy, Tony Baroni, and Elliot Tyler. This is my first time ever seeing Tony Baroni. I've watched a few stuff of him online. He's really funny. I really enjoy this guy. Absolutely everybody killed it in this match. There was a spot where Baroni and Surge like lawn dart Mars into, like, they had Pride sitting in the corner and like waiting for like the Goldust Shattered Dream spot where his legs are spread apart, sitting on the turnbuckle. And they literally lawn dart Mars into the crotch of Pride. It was absolutely hilarious, and I really loved it. Beautiful Spicoli driver by Tony Baroni, but Cannon ends up grabbing the ref's hand to stop the pinning attempt. Absolutely phenomenal. There was another crazy spot by TJ Cannon where he hits a flip trap pile driver off the back to Tony Baroni off the back of his partner. Just sick stuff, man. In the end, there was like a wheelbarrow, like Mars had an inside wheelbarrow, and Cannon hits like a code breaker, and then he lifts him up a bit, and in comes Pride to stomp him back down into the knees, and 7 gets the win. Absolutely phenomenal match, trios match from all these guys. So good. Again, big fan of all these men. First time seeing Tony Baroni. I got to watch some video of him online. Really great. And Eli Surge, I love this guy. I love his gimmick. I love his conspiracy theory gimmick, and the fact that the birds aren't real. And they have their Sasquatch with them. I kept calling him Chewbacca all night because, I just like being a jerk. But it was a really fun trios match, and I can't wait to see, especially more from 7, because this team is absolutely phenomenal. But we'll get to what that will be a little bit later on this show. Next up, we're going to talk about a match that I really was surprised on the crowd reactions to, not to Liza Hall, because she is very over in this company, but to Kenneth Stryker. He was getting booed precipitously, like just precipitously. I can't say big fancy words. That's not who I am. He was getting booed like crazy in this match. The crowd was not behind. They were behind Liza Hall for sure. Absolutely phenomenal match from both these people. Just the technical prowess of Liza Hall is absolutely phenomenal. And again, trained. I'm almost very sure of this. Trained by Nicole Matthews and Artemis Spencer out of the Lionsgate Dojo in pretty sure Vancouver, British Columbia. I could be wrong on that, but I'm almost 100% sure you just trained there. But absolutely phenomenal professional wrestler. And Kenneth Stryker, I've been watching this guy for years. He's always performs, always does so well in the ring. It's just this crowd was not into him tonight. They were all about Liza Hall in this one. But yeah, just that sit out spine buster that Stryker does. It's like you bring him up and then you sit out like a power bomb, but it's a spine buster. Oh, it looks so good. The kicks from Liza Hall, just the kicks, the strike. She had him in like a cravat and just started kneeing him, and then this starts laying in the grabs the hand and like lays in a short arm lariat. Absolutely phenomenal. Great running cutter by Liza Hall out of the corner to Stryker. But the end of this match comes. Liza Hall gets it's like a standing head scissors and like armbar combo. I'm not exactly sure what the move was. I can't be 100% sure. And Liza Hall gets the submission victory. Absolutely phenomenal match from both of them. I'm a big fan of Liza Hall. This girl is going places. She got to wrestle on Jonathan Gresham's promotion last year, and she did absolutely phenomenal. And I can't wait to see more from this lady. She is going to be a star in this business. I know it. Just how good she is. there's no way she isn't. So we move on from this match and we get to a 4-way scramble match. It's Backbreaker versus his tag team partner Sheik Shabazz versus Evan Rivers versus Reed Matthews, the Sickness. So Evan Rivers came out, or Barak came out, then Evan Rivers, and then Sheik was making his way out, and Sickness cracked him with a chair and took him out of the match. So it ended up being a triple threat throughout this match, but absolutely phenomenal match with all these guys. Just because when Reed hit Sheik with the chair and started smashing with the chair, this is where Barak came out of the ring and started fighting with Sickness, and Evan Rivers just goes running and dives over the top onto the stage, which is level with the ring, onto both these men, taking them out. Absolutely phenomenal way to start a match. All these guys, every time I see Reed Matthews, I want to see cannonballs, and he gives us to them every time. Those cannonballs in the corner are absolutely dangerous and absolutely effective, and they're just I love seeing them every time. Backbreaker, his hitting that blockbuster off the top rope to Rivers, and then hitting Reed, like kind of catching Reed with his legs on the way down, taking him out at the same time. Absolutely phenomenal. I got to give great props to Evan Rivers with like when he does like the roll into the double cutter, which like very much Phoenix does it, like does the front roll and then hops up into the cutter, but he hopped up into a double cutter. Absolutely phenomenal. In the end, Reed hits a Blue Thunder bomb on Rivers, but Barat then boots Reed, and she comes in and just starts wailing on Reed with a chair, and Barat ends up getting the pin on Evan Rivers for the win. Absolutely fun match. I always love a scramble match, and these guys do an absolutely phenomenal job. I absolutely love this match. I knew I was going to be impressed with the match. Evan Rivers has really impressed me. Sickness, I know, always puts on a great performance. Same with Barat and with Sheik. They always put on great performances. So I knew this was going to be a classic, absolutely phenomenal match from all these men. But we're going to move on to another trios match tonight. We are getting the Rads of Lumberjack Larry, Rich King, and T.Y. Jackson. We got a frog in my throat. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. And then Tiki on the team of Michael Allen, Richard Clark, the man with the best name and the best pose to a name in professional wrestling, and State of Emergency, which is Miles DeVille and Sebastian Wolf. Absolutely phenomenal. I love me some State of Emergency. These guys have impressed me every time. There's a great spot early on. There's a triple push-up spot with State of Emergency and Michael Allen Clark all doing 10 push-ups. Absolutely, I absolutely loved it. Miles getting a double sliced bread to Rich King and T.Y. Jackson. Absolutely phenomenal. Rads end up hitting a snapshot onto Miles DeVille. In the end, though, it's a great match, back and forth. The buckle bomb by Michael Allen and Richard Clark. Miles DeVille's in the corner holding his knees up, and he buckle bombs. I can't remember which one of. Oh, it was Rich. I think it was one of the Rads into Miles's knees in the corner. Oh, that looked brutal. And then you had double blockbuster by Miles, Ty and Larry, and he blockbusters them onto Rich King. So great. In the end, Doomsday Device by State of Emergency to T.Y. Jackson, and the Frog Splash by Michael Allen and Richard Clark. But Ben Oman, the manager for the Rads, the judge Ben Oman, the head of officiating, and he's interfering like this. I think it's a little bit of abuse of power here. He distracts the ref, and T.Y. ends up hitting Michael Allen and Richard Clark with the tag team title of Larry and Rich, and takes him out, and they get the win. Rads stealing another one here. I love me some Rads. Gotta touch chips and shaking hips, but I also love me some State of Emergency and Michael and Richard Clark. All the 60s men did an absolutely phenomenal job. I had a great time watching this match, and they did phenomenal things. But we are going to move on to the main event of the evening. Is the LPW Grand Championship. In her first defense of the title, it is Zoe Sager taking on the brother of Michael Richard Blaze, Stephen Crow. Absolutely phenomenal match from both these people. Zoe with the kick to the head of Stephen Crow before the bell. But just so much great stuff. Zoe with that Oblivion, the Liv Morgan Oblivion move out of the ropes looks so good. Sager reversing Stephen Crow's Tiger Bomb into a Hurricane Rana, and then getting in setting him into the ropes and getting the Oblivion there. That was absolutely phenomenal. Crow ends up getting a beautiful spinning fisherman's neckbreaker off the top rope, but Zoe ended up rolling out to the outside, and I thought he had it right there, and when she rolled out, I was like, no, like I bit right there. In the end, though, Crow goes for the Tiger Bomb again, but as she's got her up, they're near the ropes, and Reed Matthews holding the foot and he goes falling down, and he grabs the feet and holds them down as Zoe's on top of Stephen Crow, so he can't kick out. And Zoe picks up the win. Absolutely phenomenal match from these two with an ending that I was like, come on. And yeah, but still absolutely tremendous performance from both these wrestlers. They did a great job main eventing this show, did such a phenomenal job, just killed it in this match. After the match, Zoe Sager took the mic and talks down to Stephen Crow. She calls him a twerp at one point, and then calls out Nicole Matthews, who she did lose to last year, and she wants to erase her past. And what she wants to do is, by defeating Nicole Matthews, she will erase her past and really erase the losses. Which isn't technically true, because the loss is still on the record, whether you beat Nicole Matthews this time. But incredible match from these two. And then so they all leave, and Spencer gets in the ring to send us all home happy. And we got some craziness happen. So I'm going to play the video for you guys, and then I'm going to talk about it after, but I'm going to bring this up here. So enjoy the video.
Hey! Get to the box! Hey! You
Someone ring the bell, they'll make them stop. Make his balls butt bigger! Rip the hair out!
So yeah, you see some absolutely crazy brawling on the outside from both these teams. Starting with Ben and Thaddeus getting into a brawl there, and geez, man, it was crazy. There was the table that you could see. We were the next table over, and like they almost came crashing into Andreas in his seat. It was nuts. But absolutely crazy way to end tonight. And then Spencer announces his next show, which is a 1-year anniversary of Love Pro Wrestling proper, starting like the first non-co-promoted show that they did, and his LPW Pro Wrestling 13, I think. 13. It is going to be Don't Want to Grow Up. Absolutely looking forward to this show. Me and our friends already got our tickets to the show. Hopefully I get the day evening off so I can go see this show, because it's going to be an insanely crazy show, because a couple of matches have already been promoted online for this show. We got coming out of it, we got 7 versus the Rads. It's going to be a trios match. I can't see any reason why these two teams wouldn't be going at it after that brawl. Absolutely crazy. I can't wait to see what these two guys do inside of a wrestling ring. And I just, it's almost guaranteed Thad and Ben are going to get into another fight at the show during this match. It's going to happen. I'm insanely looking forward to this. And then announced for the main event of that show, LPW Grand Championships, Zoe Sager taking on Nicole Matthews. I love me some Nicole Matthews, the Shimmer Taker, baby. Bring her back. I always want to see Nicole Matthews. I absolutely love this lady. She's a phenomenal professional wrestler. And I'll admit, I hope she takes the title from Zoe Sager, because I am not the again, I think Zoe Sager is a tremendous wrestler. I just don't like her. She's just I don't want to say it on this show, but I hate her. I think she's just a terrible person. Like she's so, like, calling Stephen Crow a twerp after you had an incredible professional wrestling match with the guy. It's absolutely mean. And she's just I'm trying to keep it clean as I can, but I want to see Nicole Matthews take her head off. Like, I really do. I absolutely am looking forward to this match so much. But ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this show. Shorter than most of our shows, but I know that a lot to talk about. I want to thank Love Pro Wrestling for supplying the video and all the screenshots putting up and talking. Absolutely phenomenal show. If you want to check them out, be linked down below to the Facebook page, and I will put a link to the Eventbrite link. I think it's the Eventbrite link, so that you can buy some tickets to LPW 13. And if you get season tickets, or if you get VIP tickets, you will get into the this show is on March 31st on the Friday. There is a show on the Thursday, which is a clandestine co-promoted show with you have just clandestine and Love Pro Wrestling. If you have VIP or season tickets, you can get in for free, and gives you VIPs to the Friday show. And if you do not, it's $10 admission. So I highly recommend both those shows. Links will be down below. So you can go there, and I will put a link to their Facebook page. You can check out all the matches as they announce them. I got to give a big shout out to Rogue Energy. Thank you for sponsoring this show. Just scan the QR code down in the bottom right corner there. There it is, right there. Scan the QR code or go to rogueenergy.com. Use promo code OLEPODS for 10% off your order. And speaking of OLE, there are, again, our partners in crime. So you can check them out on twitch.tv/OurLocalEstablishment, Instagram and TikTok at OLE Podcast, or on YouTube at youtube.com/@OurLocalEstablishment. There's lots of great content coming out from all these guys. You have every Tuesday taking over. You have Turnbuckle Talk on Tuesdays. You have Busting Out every Sunday. You have Beats and Beatdowns. Lots of great content coming out from all of these guys, and plenty more. Paramindful is on there. And then so much more. You have my show with my good buddy Ol Ed talking Marvel. It's periodic because there's not Marvel every week to talk about. There will be once we get some Secret Invasion. So check that out once we come back with some. You can actually check out a review of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania featuring the lovely Astrid Pizarro. Joining us on that show to talk Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I highly recommend that. But I also want to give a big shout out to our other partner in crime, the man who puts our videos up on his channel too, my good buddy Mike the Ref. My boy, thank you so much for all the support you've given me over the years, and the support that you still give myself and Mel. We really do appreciate it. You can check him out on youtube.com/@Backbreaker Video. You might be watching us there, or on twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. Every Wednesday, check out his Dynamite Watch Along and all the other great gaming stuff that he does, or go to youtube.com/@Backbreaker_gaming to check all about other replays of the game stuff. And if you are watching us on Backbreaker Video, give us a check over here at Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk on YouTube at youtube.com/@Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk. Go there, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Please give us support. Leave comments on the videos. And if you leave some comments on the Backbreaker videos too, Mike will let me know, and I will happily jump in and message you guys and talk to you too there. But if you want to contact me specifically, you can hit me up on Twitter @ThatCanadaGuy, also on Hive and Mastodon @ThatCanadaGuy, and then on Instagram @ThatCanadaDude. Yes, I do own that Canada guy on Instagram, but it is an old account, and that's not the account I was using for the longest time that I didn't know I owned. So check me out on Instagram at that Canada dude. If you want to get a hold of Mel, you can check her out on Twitter at Collins Melball, on Mastodon and Instagram at Melball Collins. So, and then also check out our Facebook page at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk on Facebook. Please join us there. We can chit chat. Mel's always posting great fun stuff on there. Excuse me, sorry about that. You can check us out all in there. Contact us, talk to us there, and you can please support us there. I absolutely would appreciate it. Thank you everybody for watching this video. Again, please like, subscribe, comment down below. We want to hear from you, and all the other info is gonna be down below here. All Love Pro Wrestling info, all my info, all Mel's info, all down below. So please check it out. You guys have a wonderful night. Please support independent pro wrestling wherever you are.